Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. With the name of Allah, who is very kind and merciful. Welcome to DevOps King channel. On this channel, you will find the solution for Azure DevOps and AWS. Today, I shall explain part 11 of Generative AI application development and deployment with Azure OKS. On this channel, you will find the training material for Docker, Kubernetes, Terraform, Azure Web CI/CD. If you need any help, please message me on the channel. Every video on this channel are prepared by certified DevOps engineer. In order to search the channel on the YouTube, please use the word DevOps King. You will find the channel DevOps King. Please click the subscribe button so that you can get the notification about the latest upload on the channel. Let's start for the part 11 of Generative AI application development and deployment on Azure AKS. In the last part, we have done this task. Like when you execute the application by using the query, as you can see in my previous part, you will find this interface. When you find this interface, after that, you will click on the browse file. Now we are uploading the PDF file which has the data so that we can develop the generative AI application with the help of the data. And this data is the private one. So in this case, when we click on the browse file, you will upload the PDF file having the data for the app. So now we have uploaded the data.pdf file that have a large number of data for our application. So after that, after uploading the data.pdf, you can see that by the arrow icon, we have uploaded the data.pdf. Now, after this, when you upload the data.pdf, after that you will have, when you click on the three dot, as you can see that on the top right corner, and after that you will find the option of rerun. This rerun option will deploy the latest code for the application, in this case. Now, in the next screenshot, in this one, I have changed the some I have changed code for the app, like DevOps King chatbot by using the Python. I have changed the code so that I can demonstrate how you will update your application. After doing the changes, you will see that in the next part, now you can see that there are the different options. The first one is the file change. The second one is the rerun. Second one, the always rerun. So in this case, when you click on the rerun, our latest code will be updated and our application show the reflection of the new code. So after that, when you click on the rerun, after that you will see that our new latest code is visible, like DevOps King chatbot by using the Python. So this is the way in which we shall deploy our latest code in our generative AI app. After this step, you will see that I shall explain each section of the code step by step, so that after that, when I full explain the code of the application, there is no issue at all. So first of all, I would like to explain each part of the code. So the first one is the import stream as ST. Imports the Streamlit library used for building interactive web apps with Python. So first of all, on the top of our Python application, import Streamlit as ST. So in this case, this application imports the Streamlit library used for building interactive web apps with the Python. ST is an alias that make it easier to call the Streamlit function. This library will use for the user interface. After that, the second one is the from Python PDF to import PDF reader. Imports PDF reader from the Python PDF2 library, which allows reading PDF file and extracting text page by the page by page. So this is the library that will be used to extract the data from our PDF file. For the next one, there is another library from langchain.text underscore splitter import recursive character text splitter. This imports recursive character text splitter from the LangChain. It split long text into a smaller overlapping chunks which help when filling the data into a LLM because model have token limits. Now, after splitting the data, the next one is the embedding. Embedding, I have already explained in my previous part of this series. Embedding is assigning the ID to the each token. So first of all, we shall from langchain underscore community dot embedding import OpenAI embedding. Imports OpenAI embedding from the langchain community package, converts text chunk into the numerical vector embedding as so semantic similarity can be computed. So this library will be used for the numerical vector embedding. So this is the end of our part one. I shall explain in the next part for the deployment and the remaining section of the app with code step-by-step explanation. Best of luck. See you in the next part.